Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today we're setting up November in my bullet journal. I was quite unsure about the theme this time. It was between coffee theme and books theme. And since I wasn't really vibing with the coffee, the books won. So I'm making a very fun cover page. I was inspired by Hedda from Muji Gel Pen. I'll leave her channel linked down below. She made a similar thing with her pages in one of her setup videos, and I thought, why not try it myself? So basically what I'm doing is cutting the middle part of the page so it's see-through and ripping the edges very carefully because I want it to be more round, and also leaving a space on the bottom of the page to then write my title. I'm going to work from the background to the foreground. After I rip the page, I have to put this washi tape from Hannah from Journal Away in the background. This tape is stunning. I love that you can literally stack it on top of each other to make a bookshelf. And that was my idea from the beginning. I think it looks awesome. I'm only putting the washi tape on the section that is visible from the other page, so when you look from that hole that I made, you will see the bookshelf. Next, I'm using this craft paper to make another layer. This paper is going to be in front of the bookshelf, but I'm also making a hole in the center so you can still see the bookshelf behind. And for the final layer, I'm going to have this book page from an old book. So the order that you'll see these layers are first the craft paper, then this book page, and finally the bookshelf. I think it looks so cute. It kind of looks like you are peeking through a door lock and seeing this secret library. Now we just have to glue the two pages together and we can now move on to the title. For the lettering, I went with a gradient effect, starting with the lighter color to write the word, and then going with the darker color and painting the top of the letters. And to give more the gradient effect, I go over the transition between the two colors with lighter marker, and that's it. As you can see, it also works with water-based markers. If I wanted to really make a seamless transition, I could use my alcohol markers, but I wanted to use these colors also on other parts of the setup, so for consistency's sake, I did it with the water-based markers. To give more definition to the title, I used a black pen to contour the lettering and give it a drop shadow as well. With the cover page done, I thought it was missing something, so I went with a Mildliner and painted the ripped edge to give more depth, and I think it worked. It's a very subtle change, but I really like how it turned out. Now for the quote page, I started by gluing some book page paper to the corners, just so I could see the space where I'm going to write the quote, because it's a big one and I wanted to write it in the black pen that I used to outline the title, and I also wanted to use stamps. And the quote is, "I've lived 1,000 lives, I've loved 1,000 loves, I've walked on distant shores and seen the end of times, because I read." This quote's by George Martin, and I think it works really well with this theme. I don't know why, but my ink pad that I used for these stamps, which is my brown ink pad, it's not very vibrant, or I don't know, it's not transferring the ink so well. So to define more the words, I went over it with a fine liner in this caramel color, and it looks much better. And excuse my head. I had this sticker from a sticker book, and I think it looks so good together with the colors. It almost looks like it's from the same set as the bookshelf, but it's not. And I also decided to put craft paper somewhere on the page, so to keep the consistency going. Moving on to the calendar page, I started by drawing this floating calendar. My idea was to color in the space where I'm going to put the days of the month all together in one line to make it look like a shelf. And besides the wood color that I picked for that, I went over it with a darker brown in the fine liner tip of the marker and drew random lines to resemble the knots on the wood. I'm going to show it more detailed in my weekly spread. To separate the space to write for each day, I just drew some lines with the black pen. I could leave it blank, but then I was going to have to count the spaces for each day every time I had to write some appointment, so instead I chose to draw some lines to spare myself the trouble. I did the title again with the same technique, so it's not worth it showing it again. And I'm using this notepad that I got from Sticky Club. It says Our Bookshelf, Notes and Reviews, so it's on theme, and I'm going to use it to write my to-dos for the month because November is a pretty hectic month for me. I have so many videos to record and edit because I'm doing some other projects for 2025, so subscribe to stay tuned for that. I had these book stamps lying around waiting for the perfect opportunity to use them, and of course I had to use them for this theme. First I put them on the paper to see what design I wanted to use or what fit better in the space, and then I just stamped them. I thought the bottom of the calendar was still a little bare, even with the stamps, so I had the idea to color in the books, and I think it gives more weight to the page, just what this spread needed. If you watched my September plan with me, you might remember this sticker sheet that I used on that theme, but it still had some stickers, so I decided to bring them back for this one, just to add a few here and there. Then I added the numbers to the calendar with my Sakura jelly roll, and that's it for this spread. Now, moving on to the weekly spread. Honestly, I think it's my favorite weekly spread so far this year. It came exactly how I saw it in my head, and I'm so proud of myself. It took me almost half an hour to do this, but it was worth it. The idea is a bookshelf, top to bottom, just like that big old libraries that have floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, and I made it to look like you're looking not at the full bookshelf, but a section of it. And on the bottom, I continued the drawing to give that impression. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but when it's all done, I think you can see what I mean. After I colored the wood with the base color, I went in with the fine liner to draw the knots of the wood, just like I did in the calendar. And now you can take a closer look because it's really hard for these details to show up on camera. Of course, I had to do this design with the Dutch door, and I think it looks really cool. I didn't round the corners of each Dutch door because I wanted to maintain the sharp edges, because almost all bookshelves don't have round corners, so I decided to stay like that. And here is the sticker sheet that inspired this whole setup. It's from Sticky Club, and these are books with numbers on them, and some are blank. I'm going to put each book in one section of the bookshelf, and I'm not going to write the day of the week. So I'm not writing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth, because I'm going to draw a mini calendar on the left side. And it's going to be visible from any Dutch store, so when I'm going to write on a day, I can easily see in what day of the week it falls. For the last two sections, I put two blank books and wrote the number 1 for the 1st of December, and the other I put letter N to represent notes. I made tiny bookshelves on each side of the weeklies with washi tape and just put some stickers on top for some decoration. Next is my habits and mood tracker, and once again I did the titles off camera because it's a little repetitive and boring to watch the same thing over and over, and it's always the same technique, so if you want to try it yourself you can see the first title I did in the cover page. The habits tracker page is really simple. I just outlined the shape of the calendar and put the remaining book stickers, which are the blank ones, on top of each one for some extra decor. And then I just stamped the habits And I'm going to leave one of them empty because besides these three, I don't know which habits I want to track more. In the mood tracker, I went a little different this time. First, I'm putting this book page in the background, and then I made these tiny shelves on sticker paper and cut them to size. I didn't want to draw them because I wanted to see the decorations behind them. And then my mood tracker this time, instead of drawing, I used the stamps in sticker paper. Cut them and I'm going to stick them on top of each shelf and coloring each book each day. For the last spread of this setup, I'm going to make a favorites page as usual and an autumn vibes checklist. First, for the favorites page, I made some rectangles and I'm going to put a book sticker on each side. If you want two separate pages to look connected, even though they are about different things, you can just put the decoration crossing the two pages. It can be a drawing, washi tape, or in this case, I put the craft paper crossing just barely behind the favorites title. To make the stamps stand out against the brown paper, instead of the brown ink I've been using throughout the whole setup, I just used black ink. And it still looks cohesive with the theme because the titles also have black, so it's fine. The list I made is cooking cinnamon rolls, which I already did, watch a comfort show or movie, read a book with autumn vibes, make an autumn playlist, bake a pumpkin pie, light a candle, take photos of leaves, drink a pumpkin spice latte, which I also did, buy a new mug, and eat something with marshmallows. Then I just put the last sticker of the book sticker sheet, and that's it for this setup. It's time for the final flip through. I hope you guys enjoyed this monthly setup with autumn and cozy vibes. If you did, give a like and comment down below which is your favorite autumn drink. I need some recommendations. I don't like tea, I'm a coffee girl, so I'm waiting. And subscribe because 2025 it's going to be filled with more setup videos and so many ideas for themes. I can't wait, honestly. It's almost the time to open a new notebook and it's almost Christmas, my favorite time of the year. I hope you guys have a lovely autumn or spring if you are in the southern hemisphere, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!